Attorney, is it in order to take up fluoride now, item 11A10?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
All right, I'm going to start this time with Commissioner Gonzalez as the sponsor. Given that last time he brought an item, he was not afforded the opportunity to explain it, and it was voted no before it even got to him. That was a first reading item, so it's very different, but nonetheless, you have the floor, and then I have two pooling commissioners for this one. So,
thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to all my colleagues. I know it's 3 o'clock and everybody's tired, but this is an extremely important issue that we're going to vote on today. And after I present, I would like to allocate some time to our great Surgeon General so he can say some words. But colleagues, today I bring before you a proposal that I do not view as political, ideological, or partisan. I view this as prudent. This matter is not new to this body. In fact, the last time that this commission heard about this very item was in 2014 when County Commissioner Dennis Moss brought it before us. Today, I respectfully ask that we take a rational look at a decades-old practice and ask ourselves, does this still make sense for our time, for our families, for our future, and for this county and its residents? Water fluoridation began in 1945 and was adopted in Miami-Dade in 1958. At that time, folks, cigarettes were still being marketed as good for your lungs, and radium was being sold in consumer products. Those decisions were made in good faith with the science and understanding available at that time. But since then, science evolves. In 2015, the EPA under President Barack Obama lowered its recommendation for fluoride in drinking water to 0.7 ppm. Today, the same EPA is being asked by a federal court, by a court judge appointed by President Obama, to reevaluate even that amount due to the findings that fluoride may pose, and I quote from the decision, an unreasonable risk of injury to health or the environment. We must ask ourselves, if 2.4 ppm was once safe, then 1.2 ppm was safe, and now 0.7 ppm is supposedly safe. What will be safe tomorrow, folks? Will it be zero? I don't wish to relitigate the government's response to COVID-19. But having the Florida Surgeon General here has given me courage, because we cannot ignore that the public's growing perception that public health mandates, including lockdowns, school closures, and vaccine requirements, at times cross the line into forced medicine and overreach. Florida fared better than most states, thanks to Dr. Ladapo and our governor, because we followed a cautious approach. Even still, I have heard some of my colleagues on this dais say they don't trust government. Sometimes I don't trust government, and I'm part of the government. And that mistrust is well placed. We're faced with this question. The broader lesson is this: when trust is lost and sound guidance can be met with doubt, our role as stewards of public health is to lead with humility, transparency, and restraint. Let us assume that by some measures, our concerns about fluoride are overstated. Even then, there is still only one reasonable path, and that is to err on the side of caution. We know enough to know that we don't know enough. In such cases, risk management does not demand certainty. It demands responsibility. Expert testimony moved the needle for me personally, but I'm not asking my colleagues to be 100% sure. I'm asking you to be reasonably careful. I am most concerned about the people who do not have a choice. Infants, children, pregnant women, especially those in underserved communities. We already warned fluoride handlers to wear personal protective equipment. It corrodes our injection systems here in Miami-Dade County to the point that we spend $400,000 a year annually just to maintain those systems. If we would not allow this chemical to be added to baby formula, and I say that because I have a 6-month-old, why would we allow it in the drinking water that prepares that formula? This is not 1945. This is not 1958. The landscape of personal health and consumer choice has changed. Today, fluoride is widely available in toothpaste, mouthwash, supplements, dental treatments, and food that we eat. Here in Miami-Dade County, the following free and or lower cost resources are already available to residents. Seals on Wheels Dental Program, Community Smiles, Jesse Trice Community Health System, and Community Health of South Florida. No one is being denied access. If you need it, you are free to get it. What isn't free, what people lack at this very moment, is the freedom to opt out. Our residents cannot choose not to consume what is put in the public water supplies. In an era where personal responsibility and informed decision-making are paramount, forced mass medication, however well-intended, has become an outdated concept. Ending the use of potentially harmful additive whose benefit have diminished is not radical. Folks, it's rational. We would not be the first to act. Numerous jurisdictions across the country and the world have already ended water fluoridation, citing precisely to these very concerns. The state of Utah just became the first state to remove fluoride statewide. I personally spoke to the Attorney General, and I also spoke to the state legislator that carried that bill. They pointed me to a study they conducted with data from dental insurance claims for filings of children under 17 years old and younger over a 1-year period. They compared the claims in jurisdictions that participated in fluoridation versus those that did not, and their data showed no significant increases in the needs for fillings. Today's action falls under the guiding principles of do no harm. It is good government. It is sound judgment. It is the right thing to do. Ending decades of water fluoridation have given us ample data, robust debate, and changing perspectives. What is clear today is that the risk to reward balance has shifted. The choice before us is not about politics. It is about prudence, public health, and the principle of protecting those who cannot protect themselves. I ask for your support in passing this legislation for our families, for our future, and for the freedom to choose what goes into our bodies and our children's. And with that, I move the item.
Thank you.